Okay, we got a slight problem here. Seems that when you turn the key, nothing happens. So, take our T30 wrench. Okay, so there's a trick. That is, you put the key in, turn it quarter turn. Now, slide it forward. And then you pull it back. There you go. And why you turn the key is because this bar in here, that bar connects into that hole, and you first turn the key to get the hook out of the way. So when you push it forward, you get that hook there out of the way when you turn the key. So now we're going to take a look at what's broken. Okay, so this thing in the car is mounted in the car like this. This is spring loaded. I'll take the spring off, and this here used to connect on to a little thing there like that, and that would go into the door like this. And when that would insert into the door, when you turn the key, this thing would turn, and that turn would unlock the door, and the hook broke off. So what we've got to do is we've got to replace this thing. Volkswagen knows about this problem, and they have a retrofit kit, and the kit is a new one of these with a thicker hook, so the hook doesn't break off again. But the thing is, with the bigger hook, the hook will no longer hook into this loop. So what we've got to do is we've got to replace the hook. We replace this cylinder. Now this cylinder is full of keys. What we've got to do, we've got to buy a new one of these. We buy a new one of these, and we got to buy a new cylinder with a larger loop here to accept the bigger hook. This is, I guess, a retrofit kit. Now, the part numbers you're going to have to buy are these. So you go down to your Volkswagen dealer and you ask for these pieces, and they will give it to you. I don't know, it might cost you 20 bucks or something. Okay, so we're back. Well, went to Volkswagen, and they don't have those part numbers anymore. What they do have now is this thing, and so that's 1H0898-081A. That's the part number, this kit you get. So before, when I did this a few years ago, it was, I don't know, it was 20 bucks for the 3 pieces. This kit now, what you get is this thing. After the government took their cut of the transaction, this ended up being almost 60 bucks. But I'm sure if you were going to get the dealership to install this for you, it would cost a lot more than that. So what this kit comes with then, as you can see here, is it comes with new plastic thing, another plastic thing, new spring, this little thing, this hook, big beefier hook, as you can see here, much beefier than what broke off, and that goes on like that. And this thing in here, you've got the cylinder. You just push this thing out, the cylinder will pop out. Okay, so now we've got all these little keys, and what we've got to do is we've got to pick these little keys out, because these keys are what makes the key with your car key, right? When you stick your car key in, your car key pushes all these things back in, right? And that's how your key works. And then this fits into here, right? That's what makes this able to turn. Because as you can see here, inside here, you've got these, all the keys fit into these 2 grooves. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to rekey. We want to transfer the keys from this cylinder into this cylinder. To do so, what you can do is one key at a time. So first off, we've got this little ring in the kit, and we're just going to make this new cylinder look like the old one. So first off, put that over like that on top. Okay. So we want to transfer the keys from one to the other. So one at a time. This very first key, we want to get it out. So to get it out, we can pry it out. And as you pry it out, you can take it with pliers and just wiggle it, and it comes out. Now also, you'll see there is a little spring, because each little keyhole, each key has a little hole, and in that little hole is a spring. So you want to take the spring out with it. So what we've got now is the little spring. So what we do now is we transfer that little spring to the hole in the other one. So what we can do now is we can just push that key in the hole, and this key is also a little spring loaded. So that's one key. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more keys. So we're on the last one now. You just picked out the little spring from that very last hole. You put the spring in, and then we put the key in. And so as you can see now, all the keys are transferred to the new cylinder. So we've got this thing here, which now we've got to replace. So this is the new one. The new one comes with a spring. It's pretty simple. We just put the spring on it and put that there, and then we wind the spring tight, put tension on the spring on the other side. So that's that. Okay. So now the next thing is and so what we do is we take this now. What we're going to do here, I'm going to give this a squirt of weightlifting grease, and put a little bit on here. It's got to go everywhere, of course. Big fucking tape. Take the key, put the key back in here, so they're all driven in now. Now we can stick this in here. Now what we can do, you can keep that like that. Now take this piece, so like that. The next thing is this. You take this spring, put that spring on top of this, like that, and then we're going to bring that spring back, and that hook will go hooked on to that eye on the back end of the cylinder, just like that. And that's done. But that's that. Now this is ready to go back installed on the car. That's for this part. And so what we can see here is that's the hole in the door that paddle has to fit into. And this post, that post is in the way, and what we need to do is put the key in the cylinder, turn the key a little bit as we insert the door handle into the door. This little piece of plastic kit came with actually fits in around the door. You can wiggle this piece of plastic out. Just snap it in place. I stick my key in the lock there. As you're pushing this thing in, you want to keep pressure not on the key part, but on this part of the handle. So what you want to do is turn the key a little bit, push in on the handle part right here, push in on that part of the handle, push in hard, and as you push in, you turn the key. And now, as you can see, you can unlock, and lock. Open up the door, put in that final last screw, and we are done.